Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to Frostpunk and PhilosoShy fails Frostpunk. Last time we left off, we were determined restarting the scenario and working to do better this time. Our hope has not fallen to zero, usually, so... Hope isn't our problem. Food is our problem. Oh. Well, that is fine. That means... we can... Okay, we're working on a house over here. What do we got? Alright, anyway, if you're excited to see what happens here today, remember to like, subscribe, do all of those lovely things that help support the channel, like going on down and, check in... Hold on, wait. The thing's all wonky. We don't like it like that. Okay, there we go. Going on down and checking our description, looking at our Linktree link, and maybe even pledging even just $1 a month to Patreon. Faster gathering, yeah. Even just $1 a month to Patreon to join the mighty ranks of Mike the Microphone, our #1 patron of all time, and... of course, Tolpanzer, our #1 watcher of all time. So without further ado, let's get going. What do we got coming? We got food from New London. We got steam cores going out. The scouts have reached the secluded valley. Maybe that'll help jog our memory. This place seems... yes, we're going to get food now. That's right. This place seems nice. And then we get to the community of Hot Springs. Hot Springs, Hot Springs. So yeah, okay, let's look at our temperature map real quick. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, so we're gonna find a way to... oh, we just have no metal. Wait. Don't use extended shift for 3 days. Right, alright. So we're working on comparably low power for a little bit. That's fine. Bastards have the children working, of course, but fortunately we're just... oh, they've reached the Dreadnought. The USS Prometheus. Between the scattered elements of the ship's structure, we find an engraved nameplate of the USS Prometheus. So this is all that remains of the dreadnoughts used to found Tesla City. The great storm has buried it under a thick layer of ice that we have no hope of uncovering. Perhaps a spring thaw will allow us to get it someday. Well, take what you can. Move on to the Mirror Lake, since Tesla City will forever be unavailable to us. Which is a sad, of course. Alright. Well, we're working on that. Okay, so let's move on. We need steel. We will have just enough time to get all of our food taken care of in the morning. That will be delightful. Okay, we actually do need people going to work a little bit more. We don't have a generator, that's the saddest thing, so we can't have automata and stuff like that. Which we found out in the last game, as you attractive and well-educated watchers, of course, will understand. Okay. Crunch it. We have reached Hot Springs. Amazingly, people live here, and not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life clinging to a few hot springs was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Yes, ma'am. Return, buddy. With food in hand. Now that we have promising food source, we should form a construction team in the transport depot and send them to Hot Springs to build a permanent trade post. Well, that's fine. 2 seconds. We pretty specifically have that. Alright. We just need 50 steel. Finally, some good news. Yeah, we gotta say we were doubtful, but that infirmary really does it. Faster gathering. Nice. But we need to get to 50 steel first. We gotta get to 50 steel so that we can send out and get all of our connections out early this time around. Last time, we weren't desperate about it. And we should be desperate about it, because it's a desperate time. And desperate times, as we know, call for desperate measures. Come on, 1 more hour. Boom, done. Okay. Construction team. To Hot Springs. Kablam! Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins. He's going to Mirror Lake, then okay. Let's do it. Keep it up. Temperature's not horrible here. One moment. Army warehouse insulation, straddle carriers. Straddle carriers are basically the best thing we can get. Boosted. Sorry, we grew up in North Portland and everybody's got boosted cars and stuff. So we just thought back to our childhood, like, boosted cars, yeah. Honestly, it was a little lame. But, you know, we thought it was super cool back then. So, of course. You know what? Let's just wait for now. Letting people rest so we can't extend shifts. They'll get anger. We don't want them to get anger. That's for sure. Oh, we have hardly any sick people. Returned safely to the Frostland. Well, or from the Frostlands, rather. Huh. We learned from our last experience. We're going to let this guy find his thing and then come back. Right? It's night. We don't... Alright, here arrived at Mirror Lake, although we found warm springs in the Frostland previously. This time we've sadly deluded ourselves. Victims colony. Oh. Let's go. Might be Americans. Alright. At least we're alive. Not everyone's so lucky. Oh. Construction crew has reached Hot Springs. Hooah! What can we do for you? Oh, they'll tell us. Wait, actually. People... Sir, our people rejoice at the news of the food deal with Hot Springs. We might still have to somehow return the favor, but we'll do it on our own terms. That's right. Hello, your people did a great job setting up the trade depot so quickly, now we can start helping each other. We're sending you our surplus food, and we can give you more if you provide us with the resources necessary to expand our settlement. That's great. Let's... Okay, one moment. We are almost positive that this will become something different over time. And they'll be like, we need such and such. And we'll be like, well, that's good, because we can maybe give you such and such. Maybe. You know what, we are going to pump that, because we do want boosted sleds, though. Because boosting is... boosted sleds are nice. 60 food from... Oh, yes, please. That is what we desire. Alright. They still have some range. Alright. Mechanical calculators at 50. Just 20 raw food just isn't enough. Never mind. And we're going for 50 on that. So move ahead, fellers. The victims colony. Survivors. When we approach the palisade, we notice that the gate is ajar. We enter cautiously and see ourselves surrounded by silhouettes of people wandering aimlessly among the settlement's buildings. They react to our presence only when we try to talk to them. It seems that these people have lost everything, everyone and everything in the great storm, even the will to live. We can try to move them to our outpost, but even if they agree, we'll have to escort them. Let's escort them. Can't just leave men behind. Some survivors, but unfortunately not all, saw the sense when we proposed to move them to our outpost. Maybe they can recover over time. They packed their meager belongings and set off with us. Yup. It's good we went to the victims' colony. Alright. Soon we will have our steel send off a shipment for good times and luck and food and stuff, even though that's practically nothing. Work shift is over for at least one more day, and then we're going to work you all half to death. Oh yeah, here we go. We need to commend you for finding another settlement and making initial contact with their representative. Their crops would provide a very timely aid to our food security. However, we need to remind you that all external connections and food distribution network are to be handled directly from New London immediately. New London. Immediately cease contact with Hot Springs and hand over the raw... No. Lol. Enough is enough, Martha. No more masters, Silas. Yeah, they're removing the New London. Bloody bastards. People had enough. Sir, people are rioting. They refuse to follow orders from New London. No more masters chance the mob. Enough is enough. A miner waves her mattock in the air. Bloody bastards, she shouts. They treat us like dirt, abuse our kids, and now they want us to just give up on our only hope for survival? No way. The people have dragged the office workers from the outpost. Should we intervene? Yeah, let the people back... Tell the people to back down. What the heck just happened? Come on, man. Don't mess with a dude's camera angle like that. Jeez. Had it all right and everything. Okay. You treacherous scum. Your outpost is officially disbanded, and you will all be tried for treason upon your return. You have 3 weeks to convince us that you've changed your ways and wish to remain loyal citizens of New London. After that, you'll be hauled back in manacles, and may God have mercy on your soul. This was New London speaking. Over and out. Bollocks. Yeah, who cares? Better off without him, we say. With the communications out, there's no way for us to talk back from the brink, even if our people cool down and have second thoughts about the whole independence declaration. We can only prepare to confront what we must assume will be a punitive expedition coming from New London. For this, we will need much more manpower and resources than we have, so let's try to find other people in Hot Springs. Maybe there are other settlements like... in the Frostline. Maybe there are other settlements like Hot Springs. It's also worth asking them for help. Harsh words were said, reckless decisions were made, but we can't turn back time. We should now focus on searching Frostland in hopes of finding our other people out there. If there are other people out there, whatever. Alone we have no chance against New London. Other than that, we just have to wait for their return. Or wait for their move, sorry. Yeah, it's very, very early. Hot Springs. We need help against New London. If you help us, we might be able to support you later. We'd be grateful if you... Yeah, here we go. Have some blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now... we'll pump out enough steel for basic dwellings. And helping hands. Alright. Could be worse. Things are looking actually decent. Nice. The shipment reached Hot Springs. Favor's low. Sometimes I wonder the purpose of our struggle is. We survived another night, that has to count for something. Are we free? Now that New London no longer controls our affairs, many of our people say we're free for the first time in their lives. True, we lost their guidance and support, but we gained independence. We don't have to do their bidding, ask permission to cook soup. We can pass our own laws. Change the name of our settlement? Let's do it. Let's call it... Frostopia. Oh, that's definitely not. Frostopia. Yeah, there we go. Alright, once we get to 30, we're gonna send off Helping Hands. Yup, that's our story and we're sticking to it. Boom, okay. Helping Hands. And they are, of course, sending food, like they do. Yes! Gave your people time to rest. And now, of course, everybody must, again, work super hard on whatever we tell them to. We have the coal for it. And then this. Okay. Crunch out some hours. Scouts have arrived. Awesome. Now we have people again. Oh. Whoops. Didn't even notice that. The roof of the dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of the snow, allowing the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The Great Storm took the rest. There's nothing else here for us. You go here. You go to the ice caverns. He doesn't have much, so it's not bad. Oh, wait. Mechanical calculators. The next level of beastliness awaits. Alright. Okay. Aha! They can build their own homes, that's cool with us. Bam! Kablam. Okay. And we have our own book of laws. Sadly, the child labor was made for us, but we'll never move to all jobs. Instead, we will move to radical treatment. Yeah. Yeah, we'll move to radical treatment. So then we can make a care house. At least we'll be saving lives. And then we'll send for basic dwellings. Because steel is something we actually have. We're pretty much just going to throw all of our remaining wood at hot springs so we can get an early run at food. Okay, goods stations, a small goods station. Whatever the warehouse contains does not belong to us, but, well, it no longer belongs to anybody, so we broke into it. As expected, we found some canned food and frozen meat inside, both certainly very useful to us. So when we find things where an event where we can lose a bunch of our guys... Oh, nice. The main thing that we're going to do in the future is just not go there while we have a bunch and only send empty guys there. That seems reasonable. Boom. Didn't we have children working at one of these? No longer! Oh, and the remaining children are working at the cookhouse, which is fine. Billy and Tammy can work at the cookhouse. That's totally fine. Oh. But there's a problem here. Don't worry, we'll take care of this in reasonable amounts of time. Bam! Let's make an infirmary! Not the best building structure, we will admit. So we now need to make 50 steel. Mechanical calculators researched. Oh boy. What's this require? 75? That'll be an end game for us. But for now... No, we don't have the wood for that, though, is the problem. We like, just literally don't... We don't have the wood for it. So we gotta go back to old tried and true ways. Your people want to build a medical post. It's not necessary in our opinion. We can do that, because we will ask for something in return. We will also send people. And we'll very, very, very quickly thereafter send pump stuff. They reached the isolated camp. After we took a closer look, it turned out that this is a quarantine center belonging to New London. Apparently our former home was affected by some epidemic that they tried to suppress, and they put the infected here far away from the healthy population. We decided to steer clear of this place. Yeah, no, really? Let's go to the deep fracture. Alright. Push it. Oh, we have a book of laws, too. Obviously. Hope. Cemetery. And the cemetery, of course, goes out here on the edge of the community where it would. Okay. Pump renovation 1. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, as it should be. At least after death, we'll be allowed to rest properly. No compost heaps here. Cemetery established, hope rises. People like that stuff. Ice caverns might be the shelter of wild animals, but it's possibly some people hid here. We have weapons with us. In the caves, we come upon frozen human corpses torn apart by wild animals, but the bodies we found boxes with documents containing the results of some scientific research we cannot comprehend. You didn't bring it back. Oh. It's where the weather station once stood. That guy's gonna have to come back before he does anything crazy. Alright. Hoyt. Settlements relations. Hi. Communicate. How can we help you? We'll think about it. Problems. We need a lot of food. Don't worry. We'll give you help when we need it. Scouts have reached the deep fracture. Established that the crevice extends beyond the ice sheet deep into the rock. Could be the result of tectonic movement, which they didn't believe in yet. But rock might have cracked under the weight of the ice. Maybe, who knows. It's just a big, fat thing. 12 hours to that snow river. We believe the one that kills us is around here, so it'll be fine. Let's get moving. I wonder what we'll accomplish today. Oh. Sorry, that's way more important. Just saying. More. Wrap up well. Oh, we know why. They don't have a brazier. Okay. Shipment has reached Hot Springs. Okay. Gonna put a resource depot literally right next to the cookhouse for all these rations we're magically pumping out, it seems. Alright, what's next on the list? 50. Sir, fever is spreading among our people in Hot Springs, but the locals refuse to treat them with medical posts. They say the fever is merely a consequence of our unnatural lifestyles and offer some herbal remedies. We could threaten these nuts to make them listen. Discontent will rise, but Hot Springs will be pleased, and we need that right now. We need their favor to rise back up again. Looks like we have a new law. Ceremonial funerals, obviously. Nobody's died yet, but it's always good. A tall building of the meteorological station erected by Winterhome engineers did not survive the Great Storm. Yeah, Winterhome ruins is where we need to... Yeah, so we need to go back now. Pulling back to Frostopia. It's cool. We're working toward boosted sleds anyway. Next thing we're gonna do. The Frosts have reached the Snow Rover. Trailer wreck. Send them to the trailer wreck. Alright. Keep pumping it. And get them a pump repair. That will undoubtedly help us in all of our endeavors. Oh, here we go. Food rations. We know, it's super weird. Last time we were constantly struggling with food, and now we have to make a new resource depot for them. Super weird. Alright, by morning, these guys will have gotten to their spot. We'll take care of the victims. We take care of victims good. A geyser's erupted, causing damage. The burn victims needed advanced treatment. We'll take care of them. That's something we do, actually, like, really well. We've reached the trailer wreck. Get the steel. Looking at the massive bulk of the trailer, we can't help but marvel at the power of the land dreadnoughts which roamed Frostland before the Great Storm, bringing scores of people north. Where was this convoy headed? Alas, we won't find out. The Great Storm has erased all their traces. Back home. We can journey out and do other things later. Bring the resources where they need to be. Gird your loins for work, people. Alright. Good. Okay, so next thing, we'll get to 75. We've returned. We'll start building the difference engine. Yes, good. We've returned. Two days and 3 hours. We're willing to spend that time. Okay. Oh, yeah, so we had 10 gravely injured people, and then we just didn't anymore. We've heard that the burn victims have arrived at your settlement after a long and exhausting journey. We are horrified to learn that almost half of them died on the way and the rest in a critical state. Please help them immediately or they will die too. Establishing a safe and fast connection would help prevent such tragedies. Our people might distrust technology, but we can see its uses. We offer you steady food shipments every 2 days if you build us a route. This is what we're talking about. We have the men. Yeah, okay. Upgrade our transport depot. Let's do it. Whilst we research computers. Oh no. Alright, everybody. We're going to let you guys go. This has been a pretty good day today. Thank you very much for coming. If you like what you saw, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon for all notifications, as a lot of people actually aren't subscribed. And seriously consider doing all those other lovely things that help support the channel, like, oh, we don't know, going on down to our Patreon and pledging even just, you know, like $1 a month or something like that. It really helps. Yeah, we need those guys to actually, like, straight up get back, because They have things. Yeah, and if you pledge even just $1 a month to Patreon, you will join the almighty ranks of Mike the Microphone and Toll Panzer, our number one pledger. We always want to say pledger for whatever reason. Our number one patron and number one watcher, respectively. Thanks a bunch, everybody. Stay safe, stay inside, save lives, and of course, remember, Black Lives Matter. Bye.